Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another video today. Today we will be getting a channeled message for the collective. We're going to start off with the general energy for the read. Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit, Ancestors, Guides, ask permission to channel messages for the collective. Thank you for this. Holy Spirit, Heavenly Father, Ancestors, Guides, Angels, please assist me. Providing messages for the collective to their benefit tonight. Thank you for this. We're one. Can't relate, okay? Messages for the collective. What's the overall energy for the read? Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit, Ancestors, Guides, what's the overall energy for the read? I feel like my mouth is making weird noises, or like my words aren't formulating correctly or something. Messages for the collective, what's the overall energy? Never gonna be the same again. Orphan trains. And this is the treasure map card, collective. So, like this though. Okay. Never gonna be the same again in orphan trains. That's pretty, this speaks of a cataclysm. The opposite of a surplus in the population, or some sort of event. I'm getting like time slip event. Maybe we've already experienced the time slip event, you guys. Okay, time slip event. And then the treasure map card. So this basically is like X marks the spot. Okay, collective. You are represented by where this X is here on the spot. So you're just at like one plotted point on this graph, which is our plane and realm that we live in, right? But there's a whole map and you're just here. So the whole map is available, but you're just here. So this could mean, especially together with these things here, never gonna be the same again in orphan trains. It's like, I'm getting time slip. Like in Candyland, when you can get to a certain other place in the game or on the board, if you will, not by conventional means, following the path, winding all around in and out of adventurous places and things, right? No, you can take time slips. You can skip places. You can jump to places. You can travel in unorthodox or unmeasured pathways. Okay, so, but what's on top? Orphan trains, okay. Collective, I think we all know what orphan trains means, okay? If you don't know what an orphan train is, this is the time in which in the Americas or in the European continent, okay, this was a time in which, for different reasonings that were given explanation, and the explanation can be very bare and very vague, and sometimes it just doesn't make sense, okay? But there was a time in which there were a surplus of children with no parents. So they, like I said, they had explanations for this, but the explanations just don't really add up, or they really hint to a much darker and deeper truth. Okay, so there was this great repopulation. There was this great migration of an entire generation, and it happened at different periods in time. Not all orphan trains happened at the exact same time frame, but they were all between when the trains started, obviously, and like the 1800 to like the 1880s, I guess. And then there were still programs in place where orphans were moved about or sent through the mail or delivered to families who would house them or who would eventually adopt them or whatever. And there was like a lot of movement of children, undocumented. Okay, so this could be a time slip that we're currently in, where we are seeing, or we just saw, I guess I should say, we just saw another great repopulating, because there are the equivalent of the orphan trains going on again right now. It has been for like the past, I don't know how many years, but it's all out in the open now. Okay, so orphan trains, that's the energy for the read. Okay, but that speaks to cataclysm, or a dark truth. Not that cataclysm is a light-hearted thing, but at least cataclysm or war or something like that, or famine or something like that, those the missing parents are explainable in those circumstances. At least it is not vague. At least it is not sounding like a lie, or at least it tracks. No pun intended there. Okay, so 2 Pentacles here. Okay, center point, center mass, point of no return, time slip, point of no return here, wormhole. Okay, 10 Wands, 2 Pentacles, 2 Pentacles, 7 Wands, the Tower. Okay. Two Pentacles still. Great shifting. There's a great shifting. There's a shift. Okay. Okay, so things are shifting. There has been a great shift in time. What is this? I don't even know what I'm talking about right now, you guys. Okay, but whatever. I'm just channeling. Messages for the collective. What does the collective need to know at this time? What needs the collective know? What does the collective need to know at this time? This one. The King Wands. A leader. Collective, you could be this King Wands, masculine fire sign. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay. Or this could be someone external to you. This could be someone who is a performer. Someone with a lot of charisma. Okay, again, this could be you. You could be a performer. You could have a lot of charisma. This individual, I'm getting wily. This is a wily individual, so they have wiles. So this is someone who's like a smooth talker, or someone who looks very good, or someone who presents himself in a certain way. They have aura, as the young kids would say now. They're aura farming or something like that. Okay, and then so this individual could be like a spiritual practitioner. Okay. Collector, this could be you. King Wands. Two Pentacles, a great shift. You could be experiencing a great shift, or there could be an individual or a group of individuals represented by this energy. Masculine, fire, elemental control, spiritual prowess, masculine spiritual prowess even. Okay, so there's some weird energy here, almost like there's more than one individual represented here. I mean, obviously there's many members of the collective, but as far as in this read, there is some inverted King Wand energy present. So I don't know if this is maybe someone's past, someone previously had some inverted energies that they were working through or healing from, right? I don't know if this is someone who this King Wands allows in their vicinity, who brings down their aura. They bring down their field. They're dragging their field. The individuals that if this is you, you're surrounding yourself, or you're allowing yourself to be surrounded by individuals who are dragging your field. Okay? Or the inverted energy could be someone who is, you know, a spiritual practitioner, but they use their spiritual gifts to the detriment of others. So that's why the energy is inverted. They hurt people with it. They're a liar. They misrepresent themselves, or they lead individuals down the wrong path. So, okay. Two of Pentacles, a shift. So the shift could be an individual or an energy represented by this masculine fire prowess here. Spiritual fire prowess. The shift could be an individual or a group of individuals, or an energy working through individuals previously behaving or reacting or acting or interacting in negative fashion, like I was saying, and is now made a shift into a more positive way of life, or the Sun. So they could have, had this growth. Okay, they could have realized some prosperity in having, a positive mindset as opposed to a lack mindset. So anybody who is a spiritual practitioner or who has spiritual gifts and uses either their gifts or their practices to the detriment of others is working out of a lack mindset. Plain and simple. So once you start working out of a growth mindset, right? Once you start embracing the divine masculine energies into your life, you can open up to the possibilities that just weren't present before, because things were done in the dark, things were done in your shadow, you were doing shadow work, you were following base negative tendencies, or negative coping patterns, or learned behaviors, unhealed wounding, learned behaviors from acting out of unhealed wounding or making fear-based choices. Okay, the Sun, collective, there could be exposure on the energies who are affecting something negatively, or there could be exposure on something that's going to be causing orphan trains again, or is already causing orphan trains again, and it's never going to be the same. So, exposure of the orphan trains. Sun. Divine masculine, this is parentage. This is growth. This is prosperity. This is Life. This is the giver of life here. The sun, the giver of life. The wands, the fire energy, the sun. Okay, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, the Three of Wands. Travel. Someone's at a distance from you, collective. You could be traveling soon, or someone could be at a distance from you. This could be this King Wands who's at a distance from you, or you could be this King Wands and you're looking out over a distance. Nine Swords, someone's in a nightmare. Someone's can't sleep at night, someone's up at night. Someone's not getting any sleep, someone's not getting any rest. Someone's in a nightmare. Thank you. The Hanged Man. Enlightenment. Sacrifice. So collective, you could be this King Wands and someone tried to sacrifice you. Or this King Wands is attempting to sacrifice somebody. Or collective, you could be a survivor of an individual trying to sacrifice you. You could have been enlightened to an individual's negative behaviors or the effects that individuals surrounding you will have. Like I was saying, dragging your energy. The Hanged Man, stuck, dragging you, like just wanting to hold you back. Stuck energy or enlightenment about that. So there's several things here. Nine Swords still at the bottom. Hanged Man. Okay. King Wands. Messages about this King Wands, Hanged Man. Messages, this one. Okay. 10 Wands. King of Wands and the 10 of Wands. Okay. Collective, we have a king in his realm. Okay. So, a king in his realm is nearing completion. Someone is becoming enlightened to a king in his realm, nearing completion. Or collective, someone tried to sacrifice you right when you were nearing completion, or you are nearing completion of this phase or this harrowing journey that you've been on, or this adventure, however you consider it. You're becoming enlightened to the fact that someone was or is trying to sacrifice you, or trying to drag your energy, trying to burden you perhaps, but you're the King of Wands. The 10 of Wands is an eventuality for you. It's a given. This is your realm. If you're the King of Wands or this 10 Wands, this is in the King of Wands realm. So the King of Wands has collected to himself sticks. This could be a female in her masculine power about ready to start a fucking pyre. Right? We're not gathering twigs, we're gathering a funeral pyre. Okay? So yeah, someone, this could be you, this could be someone external. Someone gathering sticks. Someone's playing with fire. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so collective, there could be someone external to you represented by this King Wands. Take it as it resonates, but they're playing with fire and they're going to get burned. Or, you're this King Wands and people are playing with fire when they play with you. They forget that the wands, even though the stick is growing with new life, okay, the stick, it's from the earth, and earth is born of fire. So the King Wands, this is his fire stick. Okay, a fire stick could be significant, like the kind you plug into the back of the TV or something. Okay, but okay, yeah, someone could be burning someone else, collective. You could have become enlightened. Oh man, my throat's getting all gross. You could have become enlightened to individuals burning you or playing with fire when it comes to you, because this is your realm. The fire, the element of fire. The 10 wands is nothing for you. This is simply your 10th, spirit stick that you have collected. And spirit says, this pyre, this is not for you. This is not your pyre. Fire, okay? So, yeah, this is a masculine fire sign who is either being forewarned that someone external, an orbiter or an ex of theirs or something, or if this is you, collective, this is, your ex or an orbiter or somebody who is, targeting you, is playing with fire, and they will get burned. The sticks that you collect, they are not twigs. They are for the pyre. Okay. Very interesting. And don't forget, the Bible says that God, has a covenant with humans that he will never wipe out the humans by water again, which is why we have the rainbow covenant, right? But he didn't say he'd never wipe out the humans again. He said he'd never wipe out the humans again with water. It doesn't mean that there won't be a pyre. That doesn't mean that the earth might not turn molten again. I mean, if God decides to wipe us off of the face of this earth, if Mother Nature decides to wipe us off the face of her, cleansing her face, it's probably going to be by fire. So there's that. I'm not wishing that upon us. It's just the messaging. Okay, because never gonna be the same again. Orphan trains, never gonna be the same again. Okay. There's a lot more questions than there are answers when you start looking into the orphan trains. Why were there so many orphans? What explains adults passing away but not children, besides war and dark things? What was it? Was it something that spared the children? Was it a targeted attack on the children's parents? Was it the cleansing of a generation so that the children could be taught anew? What was it? Maybe we're becoming enlightened to this through this time slip that we're in. Okay, man, I've got chills all over me. Okay. A nightmare though? Somebody's in a nightmare? Okay. Messages for the collective. Someone could be having prophetic dreams. It might be scaring them, having prophetic dreams. Collective, if you're having prophetic dreams and you're seeing visions of things happening to us, or, humans, or things happening to the planet or whatever, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. If you're afraid, it's understandable. It's understandable. Six of Swords. Trying to get away. The children were trying to get away. The parents were trying to allow the children to get away. So the parents made the ultimate sacrifice by separating themselves from their children so that their children might have a chance to live on while they knew themselves to be doomed or something. I don't know what this is. Six of Swords, trying to get away, trying to escape. There are those who think they're going to escape off planet before what? Before the fire rains down or wells up from within. Good luck with that. Messages for the collective. We're all stuck on this blue rock together. Death. Wow. Oh man, I've got serious chills right now. Okay, scorpionic energy. This is scorpionic energy. Okay. Death holds a sickle. This is to represent the harvest of souls. So death is a transition, this liminal phase, the endings in our lives, the liminal phases in our lives. This is a transitory period for us, okay? We're in a very unique transitory, celestial transitory space. This is very unique. The 6,000 year period that we're in right now, this is very unique. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You should be not afraid. You should be not afraid. Okay? Seasons don't fear the reaper, right? This is something that will come and that will go, you know. Endings for new beginnings, transitions, okay? The death card represents an end, okay? But, okay, so the King of Wands could be a spiritual practitioner who practices death magic. Or this individual could be in the business of saving lives. So they could either one. Like I said, I'm getting this very dual. There's more than one energy here, okay? This could be DEATHs on a grand scale, cataclysm style. Y'all, I'm not trying to prophesy any worldwide cataclysm, okay? But I'm just reading the cards here. Okay. Thank you for the messages. No one can escape death. Six of Swords, death. No one can escape death. Death is an inevitability. It's not something to be afraid of. The transition is pure, it's clean. And the true believers, the angel of death will show up and will extend the hand in love and grace. There is no fear. The innocents and the true believers, they do not pass with fear. It is not fear. It is love. It is love that shows up. It is not a horrible nightmare showing up. It is love that shows up. So not evil, it's evil. Not evil, it's evil. Okay? It's not fear that you could expect to experience upon your own transition or your own mortal coil, no matter what's happening externally. Even if the big one goes off and it's the end of the world as we know it, okay? You can cling to your faith. Okay, I'm not gonna counsel that. Okay. Messages for the collector. What about this death card? Ace of Cups. Gifts, blessings, new beginnings, babies. orphan trains. Okay, so there could be another cataclysm that affects population where there's like a great dying, and then there are a lot of children left or whatever, because adult systems are built differently, and adults are less likely to bounce back from things as well. So that might be another reason why adults perished while children survived during one of the great dyings. And then those children were redistributed, so, or it was something darker. It was a targeted thing. Okay. This could speak to a great dying, a warning of a great dying of if the population can no longer sustain itself, if the birth rate drops significantly lower than the death rate, then that's what this speaks of here. Okay, the drop in the birth rate, the population decline. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see in the camera well, but I've got shivers all up and down my skin is all goose pimples. Okay. We're done with that message though. Okay, good. Good. Okay. Excuse me. I can also read this very simply, that there is a King of Wands out here who is directly responsible for the DEATH of a BABY. Okay. Take that as it resonates. They could be getting exposed for this crime or knowledge of a crime. Okay. Knight of Pentacles energy. And the 3 Wands again. Something from afar. Something. The Devil. Capricorn energy, or King of Swords and the Devil. An evil person, King of Swords, criminal mastermind. Okay. Messages for the collective. What does the collective need to know at this time? What does the collective need to know at this time? Messages for the collective, please. What does the collective need to know? The Ace of Cups. Why is this card coming out? Blessings. Okay, the collective needs to know about gifts. Gifts from God. These are new beginnings, new life, babies, new beginnings. These are gifts from God, okay? Gifted. Somebody could be extremely gifted. All right. This is the realization of self-love. Okay, maybe this is, you know, a depiction of your cup overflowing. Okay, I've still got major chills going on. The 5 of Pentacles on the bottom. What about this Ace of Cups? Holy Spirit, Heavenly Father. Okay. The King Wands. Why is the same stuff coming out? King Wands. Ace Cups. This individual is blessed. Collective, this could be you. This could represent your spiritual prowess. This could represent your blessings. This could represent you being highly spiritually protected and blessed. Okay? This can also represent, as I said, a fire sign masculine who is either directly involved or has knowledge of a crime involving the passing or the something of a baby, or someone trying to affect someone's new beginning. Okay. Take it as it resonates. Five of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and Magician. Someone was trying to manipulate a relationship to put you in poverty. Someone manipulated a relationship you were in to put you in poverty. Someone manipulated themselves into a relationship with you, trying to put you in poverty. This is something you experienced, being shunned from a community, being put in a position to where they thought you would act out in desperation. The Magician and the Two of Cups, this gives, two people coming together. So this could be two people conspiring against you. One of them could be a magician, or there could be a magician who sent two people, to basically affect your ability to house yourself, affect your ability to take care of your family, affect your ability to recover from illness or something. This could speak to physical health as well. Poor physical health. The Emperor. Okay. That's on the bottom. Okay, Emperor energy. Messages for the collective. What does collective know about this King Wands, Ace Cups? What about this King Wands, Ace Cups? What does the collective know about this King Wands, Ace Cups? Queen Cups. Okay. What does the collective know about this King Wands, Ace Cups? What about this? What about this King Wands, Ace Cups? The Two of Pentacles, it's on the floor too. The Two of Pentacles here. Yeah, this King of Wands is trying to switch something around here in the material in regards to something to do with a baby or a new beginning. Okay, so either this King of Wands is you and someone tried to affect your new beginning, or this King of Wands is someone external to you and they are responsible for, or they have knowledge of the wrongdoings in regards to a baby or a new beginning, something. One of the blessings that's meant for you, okay? This individual is currently trying to keep two balls in the air. This individual is currently trying to switch something around. This individual is trying to make one thing look like another. Okay, one second. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, 8 Wands and the Star. Okay. It could have something to do with travel. This could have something to do with TRAFFICKING. This could have something to do with messages. Something happening quickly. Seven Wands. You're protected, collective. You're protected. Someone's defending you. Someone feels defensive. Someone feels that they lack defense. The Five Cups. Someone is sad. They feel that they don't have any protection, or they don't feel that they have any defense to their actions. They don't have any they can't defend themselves, or they wanted for you to not be able to defend yourself as some sort of Page of Wands. Okay, this could have something to do with a child. There could be like a father and child here. King Wands, Page Wands. Father and child. Okay, or this could have something to do with children, babies and a child, a fire sign child perhaps, or the new beginnings in life, the new adventures, the pages are all about the new. Okay, the Ace of Cups is about, new beginnings and blessings, and then the Page Wands is about, new ideas, new pathways, new adventures to go on. Just starting out, inexperienced even, like a child, like a kid. Okay, So there could be a father and a kid out here or something like that. Someone could be trying to switch something around, having to do with a baby and a kid. Or something like that, I don't know. Okay. The Star, Aquarian energies. Okay, collective. Someone sees you as a star. Someone wants you to heal them. Someone wants to heal something with you. Someone sees you as healing. Okay. Someone could be trying to switch something around here in the material about a star or about an Aquarius. So there could be a masculine fire sign trying to switch something around here in the material about an Aquarius in regards to some sort of cup of love, an offer, a new beginning, a blessing, new life, new babies, something like that, okay? And the star plays into it. You could be the star, you could be this Aquarius, or you could be this King Wands, you could be this fire sign masculine. Take it as it resonates, okay? Messages for this? Messages? We done with this? King Swords again. Okay. Alright. Now what? We're done with that too? I mean, it was like the same message. Why do we even get these out? Because we're truth telling? Okay. Well, this did have something new. It had to switch something around in the material. Okay, so switching something around in the material, that's why we went with the gold. So that's very serious, okay? Because the gold deck, it expresses itself on serious matters. So this is a very serious energy that comes from the gold deck. This is the full regalia deck. So if an individual represented by the King of Wands or perhaps this King of Swords behaving as a criminal mastermind, and then the King of Wands, you know, wanding it up or being aggressive or, you know, failing to lead or something, I don't know. This individual could be represented by doing something very serious, switching something around in the material, or trying to make something look like something else here in the material. It's a very grave, a very serious offense if the gold foil wanted to describe it in particular. Okay. All right. Thank you. The Emperor. We're not shuffling this? Okay. Messages for the collective, please. What does the collective need to know? What does the collective need to know about this at this time? What does the collective need to know? Ten of Swords. Ultimate betrayal. Okay, so collective, you could have suffered a Ten of Swords, or this could be someone's intent to visit the Ten of Swords upon you. Okay, the Nine of Swords is showing up earlier. Maybe someone is in a nightmare and they are expecting someone to deliver the 10th sword for them. So this could be someone else's energy. Someone else is in a Ten of Swords right now. Maybe the individual who was trying to keep up some sort of juggling act, making one thing look like another, or trying to switch things around here in the material. Trying to manipulate things here in the material. Very serious and grievous things here in the material, including possibly something to do with a baby. This individual themselves is feeling ultimate betrayal. This individual is experiencing ultimate betrayal at this time, or this is something you went through previously. This is confirmation of that. Okay? This is also intention, right? So someone could be intending on betraying you ultimately. This would be someone who is close to you, or someone who, has gained your trust. Okay? This could be someone who you would not expect to betray you. That is why it is an ultimate betrayal. Okay? Or I'm really getting this as external energy. Someone going through the Ten of Swords right now. It's like them turning on each other. The only thing they had, there's a group out here, and the only thing they had holding them together were crimes and lies, DRUGs, and disconnection from reality. entire lifestyle, which puts a bubble around that. So once that bubble is burst, everybody feels betrayed. Everybody turns on each other. All it takes is one person to get, caught up and questioned, and everybody goes down because it's just one big criminal enterprise. They're all criminals. From the first to the last, they're all criminals. Okay? Emperor, there could be a father figure or a judge. Or this could be about your father or your ex. But I'm really getting judge. Okay? Someone could be betraying their criminal cohorts to a judge or to officials in order to receive a reduced sentence, or in order to get protection, like witness protection. Or someone is, they're turning on each other. They can't keep their story straight. They don't have good alibis. They've committed too many crimes. Their crimes are too heinous. They've committed crimes against, babies. The judge is like, what the fuck is this? Are you fucking kidding me? These are the energies coming off of this right now. This masculine is like, how long has this been going on? How long? Okay, so the judge is asking how long has this been going on? Somebody's name could be Phil. Okay, Phil? Philip, okay. Philip. Messages for the collector. What about this 10 swords? The devil. Capricorn. Great. Capricorn. Contractual energies. Earthly realm energies. People betraying each other because the devil will get his due. The world. Cataclysm. We're in a cycle of cataclysmic events, ruptures happening within communities, individuals who are guilty of crimes unimaginable. They themselves feel betrayed, or they're betraying each other. They've committed crimes involving ultimate betrayals against you, other members of the collective, or whoever this message is for. Okay, these individuals are feeling sorry for themselves now. They're feeling sorry, okay? Or you could have healed from depressive states brought about by individuals who were your nearest and dearest turning on you, or setting you up, or, betraying you. Not strangers, but those who are the most dangerous because they're the closest to you. They're your trusted confidants. They're your allies. They're your friends, your family, your children, your coworkers, individuals who smile in your face and then stab you in the back when you turn around, and then continue to stab you in the back over and over and over again, leaving you for DEAD. This is the ultimate betrayal, okay? These individuals, now they're sad, okay? They're sad that they've been caught. They're sad that their life of crime has stopped. That might be what the DEATH card was showing up for, the ending of their life of crime, right? The Hanged Man, they sacrifice themselves. 10 swords and the Hanged Man sacrifice. This was showing up in the other read too. Okay. They sacrifice themselves. They wanted to sacrifice you, so they sacrifice themselves, because we all create our own reality. When you project energy once, negative or positive, it will be revisited back onto you. Ace of Pentacles, Queen Wands. Okay, collected. Collective. You could be this highly gifted spiritual practitioner. You could be a Queen of Wands, feminine fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Excuse me. Okay. You could be a spiritual practitioner. You could be extremely gifted. Okay. You could be receiving these spiritual gifts here in the material. You could be receiving, you know, all the blessings, health, wealth, and prosperity. Okay, that's what the pentacle is. It's health, wealth, and prosperity. Okay, so you have good health. Okay, you have behaved healthily toward people. You have not tried to make anyone sick or, you know, make anyone who's already sick worse off. And then, you know, try to profit off of it after they're passing or anything like that, because I get the energy that that's exactly what these other people were doing. Making people sick, KILL people, profiting and exploiting all of that they had knowledge of or that they took part in directly or indirectly, exploiting individuals, KILLing individuals, okay? It could be a Queen Wands who's out here, you know, giving and taking. There could be somebody who's out here getting paid to be a spiritual practitioner. So this is paid spiritual practice, okay? And I'm not saying that, you know, anyone who gets paid for spiritual work is not a real spiritualist, okay? You are whatever it is you think you are. But if you're out here doing stuff negatively and you're taking money to do it on top of that, whatever you put out there, you will get in kind. That's why this is a reciprocal coin. This is payment for the health and the wealth and the prosperity that you have projected out into the universe. You are now getting repayment in kind. So if you were a good individual during your spiritual practices in life, then you will be getting goodness in return. If you were a negative, horrible, nasty individual, taking money and paying bribes, taking bribes, hurting people, spiritually attacking people, sexually abusing people, or being an asexual deviant, or harming babies. Something about harming babies. The Ace of Pentacles, blessings, gifts from God. Okay. So collective, this could speak to how you suffered ultimate betrayal. You healed from it. You were able to do this through manifesting with your spirit. Okay, you were able to spiritually manifest a new beginning for yourself. You were able to spiritually manifest coin here in the material. This is abundance, health, wealth, and prosperity, like I said. This is you paying it forward and getting it back in kind. This is you stacking coin in heaven. This is you not visiting the same ills upon individuals when those ills are visited upon you. Or not wanting to take revenge out on individuals who visited ills upon you. This is you turning the other cheek and all that. For this, you are wealthy. For this, you are abundant. For this, you are healthy. For this, you are gifted. You get to maintain your gifts. You get more gifts. Okay. Or I could just read this as the Queen of Wands paid someone to Ten of Swords you. So this is the DEATH plot. They paid someone. They took a hit. Or they took a HIT out on you. Okay. Why am I going back to this one? Okay. Not that. This one. Okay. Which is for the fishes. We're going to get a clarifier for these. Wands, fighting. There's a lot of chaos or competition, fighting. There's a lot of combative energy right now. The Page of Wands. Okay, so there's like a mother and child out here. Or there's an individual who's guilty of, betraying youthful energies, leading youthful energies astray. So the Queen of Wands took on the mantle of a leader, but then where did they lead? Where did they lead people to? Youthful or inexperienced individuals in particular. Where did they lead them to? Did they lead them to ultimate betrayal? Ultimately, they were going to betray them. They were always going to betray them. This was always the plan. Use ABUSE and then take out entirely, even if it's a kid, or using someone's inexperience, exploiting the fact that someone is either a child, youthful and inexperienced, or something like that. It's not good. It's not good energy. Okay, or collective. This could be about you and your kid, or this could be about a new direction, a new idea. Page of Wands. Messages for the collective. Can we get a clarifier for the Ace Pentacles, please? Can we get a clarifier for the Ace Pentacles? What about this Ace Pentacles? The Two of Cups. A paid relationship. Someone was paid to enter a relationship with you. Or someone was paying for relations. So these are the cups. So someone was either like paid or bribed to enter into a relationship with you under false pretenses. So they had intentions to hurt, harm, or, betray you here. Okay. This could have happened when you were a kid, or this could have been a plan since you were a kid, or this could have been their new bright idea, their new direction. They're going to pay someone, or they did pay someone. This was their bright idea to hire a prostitute, because that's what that is. Whether you hire them for the night or whether you pay someone to enter into a relationship that is however long it lasts, they're a prostitute. If you're paying them for their time, they're a prostitute. Okay, or this could be someone you were in a Two of Cups with, like someone you were in a union or a relationship with, or someone you knew. It doesn't even have to be someone you're in a relationship with. It could just be someone you knew. This individual over here targeting someone you knew, anybody who would take a coin, any old Judas, like I said, who would take a coin to cause conflict and chaos and competition in your life. Any old Judas. Any old Judas who would take a coin to Ten of Swords you. So, individuals who you were in relationships with, these could be romantic, these can be platonic, these can be familial, this can be business. Or they could have just paid someone to walk up to you and start an argument. Strangers on the street. I don't know what this is, but this Two of Cups is two people together. It's two people. There's two cups here. Two people here. One of those people were paid. What were they paid for, you might ask? Perhaps to ultimately betray you and your child. If this is you, Queen of Wands, and your child, Page Wands, they were paid to ultimately betray you and your child. Or the individual paying for the ultimate betrayal was the Queen of Wands, and perhaps the individual that they paid or bribed could have been someone who was inexperienced, someone who didn't know you because they didn't know what they were dealing with, or someone who was a child. Maybe they bribed a child, or your child, maybe they bribed your child. So maybe your kid took a bribe. Okay, this is not an older energy. This is a young energy. So someone 25 and under. Okay. Can we get a clarifier for the 10 swords, please? Can we get a clarifier for the 10 swords? What is this 10 swords? Can we get the Hierophant? So you're protected by God. Okay, or this could be like someone within a group, someone who sits in a position of power, or this could be targeting you because you're a godly person, you're a God-fearing person. This could be them targeting you, them, you know, someone entering into a relationship in order to 10 of swords you, or someone taking money in order to 10 of swords you that you're already in a relationship with, or that you know on some level. Okay, it could be because of your position. This could be representative of you being righteous. This could be representative of you being powerful, sitting atop a power structure even. So you could have a high or an exalted position in a company or a group. You could be like an elder in the community. Okay, you could be very structured. You could be a very structured individual. Okay? Or these people operate within the church. This is some sort of cult within the church. Okay, so this would be a religious cult within the church. And this is what they do. They manipulate children because they're easy to manipulate because they're inexperienced. They're also close to you already, the children. If you have children, you become, you know, those children are a vulnerability for you. They are a weakness when they can be exploited or turned against you or used against you or targeted and, you know, whatever. So that's this group, that's what they do, or that's what this individual does. Take it as it resonates, okay? But the betrayal in particular and the Hierophant. So the Hierophant clarifies the ultimate betrayal. So this could be the church that betrayed you. You could have been betrayed by your church or church members, okay? This could have been someone in a system, you know, a powerful system, a corrupt, powerful system who betrayed you. Or this could just be, you know, like I said, this could be representative of you being righteous, or you being God-fearing, or you being an elder, something like that. You being very structured, you sitting atop a powerful position. Something like that, okay? So they targeted you because of your connection to God. Okay. Anything else? Closing messages? Closing messages for the collective? Chariot. So you are like the emperor being pulled forth, balanced. Your drive and your passion, it's for the Lord. So this is like giving religious zeal in the upright. On its side, this is like either someone lacking passion or lacking drive for, or motivation or whatever in their own life. Or this could be like the cops coming for these individuals. Like I said, their time is up. Their time is up. okay? A vessel. So the Chariot on its side, the Page of Wands. This could have something to do with the orphan trains. Children carried along in vessels, such as an orphan train. Planes, trains, automobiles, they're all vessels. Okay. So this individual or this group who's guilty of betraying you or paying people to betray you or paying prostitutes to enter into relationships with you or paying individuals to, ultimately betray you. So seeing you down and out, seeing you suffer calamity from which you would not recover. Okay, so these individuals, they could be the same type of energy or group that was involved in like orphan activity. So this could be a group that has like runs a charity or has like a famous charity, even a charity involving something to do with children, maybe even like wayward children, like orphans, or children taken by the state, stuff like that. People who were betrayed and had their children taken. People who were betrayed and had their children taken, such as the Page Wands and the Chariot on its side. Like I said with the orphan train. But they're not saving children. It's a betrayal. It's an ultimate betrayal, as a matter of fact. It's a betrayal from those who are closest. So again, this feeling of them targeting individuals through their children, or them targeting children, or both, okay? Because children are closest to you. So children are able to most effectively deliver or help deliver these ultimate betrayals. Because a child or someone who's inexperienced can be more easily swayed or talked into doing bad things, like bearing false witness or corroborating a lie or, falsifying something or just not saying, Children are more susceptible to ABUSE because a child will be more fearful to speak up because children are told to, respect the elder and that the older person knows better than them and that they should not question when the elder tells them to do something. They should just do as they're told. And, all of that is fine. But when we're talking about ABUSE, that's not fine then. Okay? A child needs to be told and a child needs to know for their own safety that if anything ever makes them feel uncomfortable or unsafe, that it's okay to say no. Even if it's a parent or a teacher or a step-parent or, a neighbor or an uncle, a family member or something, no matter who it is, even if they're an elder or someone who the rest of the community respects, if they feel like something's wrong or if they have involved themselves in a crime or a betrayal, this is something that these people, they targeted them particularly for this, for the fact that they are naive, for the fact that they are youthful and inexperienced, for the fact that they are children and more easily susceptible to lies and intrigue, right? So yeah, this individual or this group, possibly a church group, could have targeted you because of your righteousness, because of your spiritual rank. They could have targeted you because of your blessings, because of your abundance. They could have told lies about your blessings and your abundance. This could have been part of the 10 swords, okay? They could have even had children lie. Again, I'm getting something very specific about them either targeting children and betraying children, or using children to target individuals in order to effect a betrayal or an ultimate betrayal. So both energies are present. Children are being used and ABUS'd irregardless of what the surrounding circumstances are. Somebody needs to get those kids out of there now. Whatever the situation is, if this is a group that takes care of wayward children, like a charity that runs an orphanage or something like that, that's what I'm really getting. Like, they steal children. This is what they do. This group. They commit crimes against humanity, and then they surround themselves with flowery language and insulated abuse and corruption. And then they think they're going to get away with it even unto death. They think they're going to go to their deathbed victimizing children. Are you fucking kidding me? That's why I got the emperor before was like looking over the situation going, are you fucking kidding me? They're really out here doing this? They're really out here doing this. Is this what I'm really looking at? These people who were supposed to be pillars of the community. These people. Yeah, magician. They're out here manipulating. They're supposed to be pillars of the community, but they're manipulating. They're lying. They're cheating. They're manipulating here in they're trying to control the narrative. This is about controlling the narrative. Okay, someone wants to control the narrative. All right, so let's get some closing messages here. Ace of Pentacles on the bottom, gifts. The Hierophant and Ace of Pentacles. Okay, all the same cards here. Ace of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, okay. Oh, my back is catching. Messages for the collective. Closing messages, please. What does collective need to know at this time? Closing messages, please. Closing messages for the collective. What does collective need to know at this time? What does the collective need to know at this time, please? Messages for the collective. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Long-term plan. Long-term plan. Okay. This could be abundance moving toward you, slow and methodical here in the material. Three of Swords. Okay. So it was a long-term plan to Three of Swords you. It's a long-term plan to cause heartache. The long-term plan was to cause heartache, to manipulate things here in the material, to steal children or involve children in ultimate betrayals. It was a long-term plan to either cause heartache in regards to children, or to use children in order to cause heartache, or to use children in order to Ten of Swords you, ultimate betrayal style. Okay. Thank you. What does the collective need to know about this Knight of Pentacles? The Knight of Cups. The long-term plan is to come in with some sort of offer. Okay? So there could be two sort of like less mature energies. So not a child, but like young adult or teenager even. So there could be two teens out here. One could be a water sign, one could be an earth sign. Okay, or there could be two energies represented by Otter. Okay, someone could like otters or something like that. Otter. Fodder. Okay, like father. Okay, whatever. So there could be a masculine who gathers to themselves young men. That's what I'm getting. Masculine who gathers to themselves young men. Okay. Okay. 2 knights here. So we have a long-term plan to come in with an offer. There's a manipulation in this cup. Or this is a long-term plan involving, you know, like love bombing or something like that. Fake love. Long-term plan in regards to maybe a proposal. Okay, maybe someone's coming in slow and methodical with their proposal. This could be a manipulation though, so take it as it resonates, okay? If someone's coming in and, you know, it's too quick, or if it feels fake, or if the vibes are off, pay attention to that, okay? So until next time, bye.